Got something on my mind to let y'all guys know. Thank you for tuning in on my way to work. Get ready to get that for sure money, you know. And today I'd like to talk about, you know, every day is not going to be a good day for you. You have to cherish even the bad days. You have to cherish, you know, because even the bad days build character, you know. While you're waiting and you think that it's a bad day, but that bad day makes you feel some type of way, which kind of builds up a fire in you, you know. That bad day, what you waiting, you think that it's a bad day, really is a good day. But to you, I know it feels like a bad day. But that bad day builds character. Bad days build character. Bad days build success. They're really not bad days. They're just disguised as bad days. So when you're thinking that it's a bad day, it's actually teaching you something. You're actually learning something. And you actually think that it's a bad day, but you're out there building up that hunger for when you start doing your thing, you know. So the days that you think are bad is actually good days because you gain a lot of knowledge from bad days. One point of a bad day, which really to me is a good day, which I had to learn that, well, all days are good. One point about a bad day is that you gain knowledge from it. You get to a point in your life where if you have too many bad days, you don't want to go back to the bad days no more. So you actually do what you got to do so that bad day won't come about no more, you know? So it's actually not a bad day. All the journey and everything that we go through is good for us. It builds character, it builds personality, it builds professionalism for you to be good at what you do. So what you think is a bad day is actually a teacher teaching you and make you have more hunger for your craft and anything that you do in any position of life that you want to become a pro at. These so-called bad days strengthen you, strengthen your mind, body, and your soul to become better and to improve your life. So maybe I should label this live as like bad days in disguise, because in actuality, there's no bad days. There's no bad days. All days are good. And all the days that we think are bad is actually teaching us and building up a fire in us to do our crafts even better. So the days that you think are bad is actually good. You have to look at a bad day, and as you know how to look for signs, as it's teaching you, you gotta have your eyes wide open. On the day that you think is bad, if you have your eyes wide open and look out for all the signs that'll make you believe that it's a good day, to transform a bad day into a good day, you gotta look out, because you can see what's inside a bad day, the definition that will make that bad day into a good day. You just gotta have your eyes open, be clear, and in that bad day, there's a message for us all. Everybody that experiences a bad day, which is really a good, that bad day has a message in it for you. Every day has a message in it for you. You just gotta learn how to look out for it. So all the bad days that you think are bad days actually aren't that bad. They're teaching lessons. Bad days teach lessons. Bad days build character. For all the people that you see that are successful today, successful on their platforms, successful in anything that they do, they have plenty of bad days. But the difference between them and a person that's always saying bad days instead of all good days is they had the vision to see through the bad days. They had the vision to see the message in the bad days. They had the vision to see that every day is good. There's no such thing as bad days. There's a message in everything that you do. So you just got to have your eyes open and your mind open and pretty clear for you to get the message. That's why they exist. You know, you couldn't have a bad day without a good day, you know? So basically it's all good days, you know? If you didn't have bad days, you wouldn't be as good in your craft as you are right now. If you didn't have bad days, you wouldn't know what to look out for to protect yourself and to bring peace into your life. If you didn't have bad days, you wouldn't know what to stay away from if you didn't have bad days. For instance, when you're a kid and you don't know that fire's hot until you get burnt. So the way you learn that is when you're a kid, you have to touch the stove and get burnt. No matter how much people tell you that fire is hot, you're not going to really know how hot it is until you get burned by touching the stove as a kid. That's how you learn that fire was hot, and you learn how to be safe around fire and careful around fire because you touched the hot stove as a kid. That's pretty much the same thing with bad days. Bad days is like that stove that taught you a lesson, and you couldn't really know. Bad days actually have you on radar because you don't want to have that or experience that same bad situation again that you had went through, just like getting burnt on the stove. So the bad days are actually good. There's a message in those bad days. So if you're feeling mopey and you think you're having a bad day, just take the time out and look for the message, because there's a message in every bad day. If you think it's a bad day, there's a good message for you or for somebody else in a bad day, you know? There's always a message in everything. There's a message every day that you wake up. There's a message for you. All you got to do is have your eyes wide open and your mind wide open. There's a message for everybody that'll put your life straight, you know? And all days have a meaning for you to straighten out your whole entire life and to become the best version of yourself that you can. And that's another reason why bad days exist also, is for you to become the best version of yourself that you can. To be better than you were yesterday. That's the only competition that there really is out there, is yourself. To be better than what you were yesterday is the only competition that you have to really compete against is you. You don't have to compete against anybody else but yourself. You want to try to let that bad day give you a lesson on becoming a better person than you was yesterday. And that's actually one of the proofs of bad days turning into a good day. That bad day will teach you a lesson on how to become a better person than you was yesterday. How to avoid you from getting into that situation again. I don't know if you've seen the movie Vampire in Brooklyn. You've seen that movie Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy, and Eddie Murphy's the vampire, and he changed himself into the preacher, and Eddie Murphy turned himself into the preacher, and he goes out in the back of the church and he's telling the people that evil is good. He says evil is good. And the first time I seen that movie, I'm saying, how can evil be good? How can evil be good? And then I started thinking about how can evil be good? For some people say that evil, makes them feel the worst and stuff like that. But one thing, when you're around evil, it makes you feel like you don't want to never get back into that place of where the evil's at. You want to try to avoid all the evil that you can. So that evil did teach you a good lesson not to be around it. So once you experience that evil, it turned to a good thing. So this time you're going to protect your peace, and you don't want to be around that evil no more. So evil is actually good. So it'll stop you from wanting to be in that evil predicament again and want a whole lot more peace in your life and take care of what you need to take care of. There's a message. There's a message in everything. You just got to know, and you just got to look for it, Yep, there's a message in everything. But most of your messages are going to come in bad days. When you have bad days, you think it's a bad day, but there's a hidden message in that day you think is bad. There's definitely a hidden message on every day that you think is bad. There's a hidden message for you, or for you to relate that message to somebody else to change it into a good day. One thing we got to learn as content creators, and also any type of thing that we're doing in our life, is trying to transform a bad day into a good day. Let's take that energy and switch it around to positive energy and make that bad day a good day. And it's not easy. That requires a skill. To turn a bad day into a good day requires a skill, a big skill. And it comes with experience. And after a while, you're having a love for something. Once you love something and love what you're doing, there are no more bad days. Every day you get up, you don't make no excuses. You don't make no excuses at all, because that also makes bad days too. Making excuses and not doing what you have to do when you get up in the morning. The best time to do something is when you don't feel like doing it. The times you don't feel like doing something, that's the best time to do it, when you don't feel like doing it. I know a lot of bodybuilders that go to the gym. They say the best time to work out is when you don't feel like working out at all. And that's what to keep you going into the gym, is when you go when you don't want to, when you don't feel like going, when you don't feel like going. When you don't feel like going live, we don't feel like going live is the best time to go live. Because believe me, it's just all gonna come to you. Just go live, no matter what you do, just go live, and the conversation, what you need to talk about, will come to you, So on this journey with me onto my job, my job, I want y'all guys to think about turning a negative into a positive. And turning a negative into a positive actually requires a skill. It takes a while for you to gain the skill of turning a negative into positive. When you wake up sometimes and you say to yourself that you're having a bad day, don't move yet. Don't get up out of bed till you can change that negative into a positive. One way to change that negative into a positive is affirmations. You can do great affirmations before you go to sleep. And when you wake up, you can do great affirmations and tell yourself, like today's going to be a good day. I'm going to be very productive and successful in my day today. I'm not going to let nothing get me down. And I'm going to continue working on my craft. Like something like that. Every day, you want to tell yourself something positive. And as you would know, that if you keep on telling yourself positive things, it'll start happening in your life. Same thing with negative. If you keep on telling yourself negative things, that negativity is going to blossom in your life. So you need to tell yourself positive things. So when you think you're having a bad day, it's actually you making yourself have a bad day. That's when that skill comes in. That comes with experience for you to turn a negative into a positive. And when you learn how to turn a negative into a positive, you'll see your life just get so much better. And I just recently started doing that and acquired the knowledge to see goodness in every day, to start doing that, turning a negative into positive. And it didn't happen overnight. It definitely didn't happen overnight. It takes those bad days that you consider bad days, but are really good days. It takes those times where you think that you can't make it, and you just go ahead and do it anyway. Those are the best times when you feel like you can't go on, and you just do it anyway. Those are the ones that when you break through those times when you don't feel like doing it, they'll go away. They won't pop up again. They'll probably be like 1 or 2 times. They come up where you don't feel like getting out of bed. You don't feel like doing anything because your body and your mind's telling you that they're too tired. Your mind's telling you, oh, maybe tomorrow. Your mind's telling you, oh, let's do it tomorrow. And your body's just saying, I can't move. Those are the best times to do what you need to do in your craft. When you feel like you can't make it, those are the best times, and they won't last forever. Once you get up through the times when you think that you can't make it and just go ahead and do it anyway, those type of bad days won't last forever. That might happen once or twice, and then you'll see after you get through those once or twice times where your body and your mind don't want to do anything, is when all of a sudden you train your mind and you train your body to get up now. You train your body and your mind to get up and do it. You're not feeling so tired no more because it became a habit. You acquired it inside your life to get up and go. No matter how you feel, you acquired it in your life to get up and go. So there's no more bad days. All these days are good now. All these days are get up and go days. I think it might have happened to me at the beginning of 2026. I made a decision that right at the New Year's of 2026, or maybe a day before New Year's, that I'm gonna get up and go. I don't care what anybody's telling me. I don't care if my mind says to wait till tomorrow. I don't care if my body says it don't feel like moving or don't feel like doing something right now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep on moving, motivating towards my craft, because that's what makes professionals. If you go and you ask a professional, how did you become a professional? They're going to tell you. Even when my body was tired and my brain was tired, I kept on going, you know? I just kept going. I didn't listen to my body and my brain. I listened to my spirit, and my spirit said to keep going and to do it. And once they kept going, even though their brain and their body told them to wait till tomorrow, and they still did it, next thing you know, not an instant, but after a while, they were professionals at what they did, and they never had bad days again, because every day they wake up is a good day. Every day they wake up, they're grinding. Every day they wake up, they're working on their craft. They're working on themselves. The only person that they are in competition with is themselves. When they wake up to be a better person than their self than they were yesterday. So you just have to learn that we got to start transforming these bad days into good days. No more bad days. There's always a good message in the so-called bad day to make you have a good day. There's always a good message in the so-called bad day to make you have a good day. So everybody have a good day. No more bad days. Keep on working on your craft. Get up out of that bed. When your mind says, let's do it tomorrow, get up and do it now. When your body says it's too tired to move, get up and do it now. And look for that message that's going to make you have a good day. I'm driving, everyone, and I'm sorry that I couldn't get and look into the chat. But thank y'all guys for tuning in, chat. All my subscribers, thank you. You guys have a good day. And remember, look for that message in the days you think are bad to turn it into a good day. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good day.